So the Headwind is really just an innovation from Wahoo that really culminates the indoor riding experience. As you know, we have the KICKR trainers, and then this last year we released the KICKR Climb, which in turn kind of added this physical movement of the bike that allowed you to have a little bit more immersive experience. And then to complement that, we launched here the KICKR Headwind here at Eurobike today. And the KICKR Headwind is basically a smart fan that's optimized for cycling. So everything from form to function. So from a form standpoint, it integrates with our KICKR desk and it moves and rolls back and forth, right? So you have a complete experience. The vents here at the front are actually designed to keep the flow of air narrow and tall, which is aimed towards the cyclist. And then from a functionality standpoint, you can link it to a trainer, any trainer really, but in this case our KICKR, and via AMP+, and it will actually become harder or higher in speed of the fan.
So the intensity of the blast
of the fan will be relative to your speed on your bike. So from a VR standpoint, it's kind of, you can continue to add these sensory aspects to it. And then the other thing, which is the one that I really like, is you can also connect an AMP+ heart rate monitor. So while you're riding easy, the airflow will be low, right? It'll just be a nice soft breeze. And then when you get into an interval and your heartbeat rises, it'll actually start pushing more air, which is really when you do need the air for training. So it really kind of rounds out the whole indoor experience for us. And
so you would sell that as a separate unit as well as combined as a bundle?
Yeah, so it really is sold as a separate accessory. It really blends in well with our ecosystem. But on the other hand, you can actually use this fan with any other trainer, any other branded heart rate monitors. So it's really kind of an open product that we just believe solves problems for the cyclist consumer indoor. So we really didn't want to have to limit it to our products, right?
So in terms of pricing and RRP, compared to a regular fan, I'm guessing it's not quite the same. So what would that be?
No, yeah, so in US dollars and in euro, I believe, actually, it's a $249. Yep. So it's
and obviously, as you say, it's integrating with the virtual experience.
Correct.
So you really interestingly, you have Zwift here, we have full gas there, and then you have yours.
Correct.
As well. So do you want to maybe talk through? Obviously, you're agnostic when it comes to these virtual platforms.
Correct. I mean, we were really about providing the tools that allow you to train better indoors, right? And today, the third party, those online platforms are very popular because they create some engagement. Obviously, there's some training tools around it, and it really has become a good alternate way to train. It used to be that being on a trainer was just painful and miserable, and if you could have any chance of being outdoors, you'd rather be there. But now, I mean, if you look at your network of friends, I mean, so many people are staying indoors from a safety standpoint, weather standpoint, etc. So it's really becoming a more acceptable way to train. So having a really good setup that allows you to do that comfortably and more effectively is just the part that we want to make sure that people have to do. It is popular. It is continuing to grow. We're excited about it as cyclists ourselves. So we see the benefit, and we want to make sure to promote it.
And so you would certainly see this as a future of cycling, from your perspective. Clearly, it benefits your business. Yeah. This connection.
So it's future of indoor cycling anyway, right? I don't think it's ever going to mean that people don't want to go outside, but because that's part of the beauty of cycling. But on the other hand, it is engaging a lot more consumers, a lot more cyclists. It used to be that it was very elite and performance-driven cyclists, and we're starting to see that come down into more recreational cyclists.
And the Gran Fondo, sportive type rider rather than...
correct. And say somebody's a real performance-driven cyclist that was indoors, and they did it because they really wanted to and had to, now has a spouse who is really not at that level, but they're seeing that experience differ, and they're starting to get on those trainers and trying out these platforms. We are seeing a lot of that, so there's a little bit of that halo effect outside of the performance-driven cyclists.
Right, which is going to be good news all around.
Yeah.
Thank you ever so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
No worries. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks.